Good evening and welcome back to the Restoration Lounge after hours with Dr. K. It's 10 p.m. The house is quieter now, but for a lot of people, this is when the weight that they've been carrying all day becomes more noticeable. Tonight, we're talking about something many women live in but rarely name, being the one who is always responsible, the one everyone relies on, the one who shows up, the one who holds everything together, and often the one who is quietly overwhelmed. Over responsibility doesn't start with a problem, it often starts as competence, right? You're capable, you're dependable, you're real, right? And what happens? People call on you. But over time, it can turn into carrying more than you were ever meant to carry alone. Just because you can handle it doesn't mean you were carry it by yourself. Excuse me. Like you're every the one who anticipates needs before they're spoken, right? You're the caretaker. You're the you're the responsible one. um, Even when it is not verbalized, you're expected to always show up. So, how do we get a hold of that, right? So you're high functioning usually, your mother, you're professional, you're the one that holds it all together. So fixes, manages, and absorbs the brunt of the responsibility, right? That could be at work, at home, just period in life. And eventually, the one who feels like there's no space left for themselves burns out. So, do you feel like you're the one who carries most of the responsibility in your life or relationship? And if so, where do you feel that most overwhelmed right now? Drop a one in the chat if you're the one people rely on. Okay. And drop a two if you feel like you're carrying too much right now. So, over responsibility is often connected to identity, right? When you're used to being a strong one, it can feel uncomfortable to not be in control. right? And when being needed becomes part of your identity, letting go can feel like losing yourself. So, how do you stop fixing, managing, and controlling everything? That's the question. That is the question. So, tonight, again, we're talking about the responsible, over, not just responsible, but over responsible woman. I think I got callers coming in. Hold on. Trying to see if we can get them on the line. All right. So, tonight, what does it feel like to be over responsible, right? I'm sorry, I got some people coming in. I want to make sure that I give them the space. It feels like you can't fully relax, right? Even when things are technically handled, you still are not that person who can go and rest. I get this all the time from people, right? Why you can't take a nap? I can't take a nap in the daytime. Why not? So, a lot of people feel like that, right? Like they just weren't taught that they could take a nap. They weren't taught that they could rest in the daytime. That's not, you don't go back and get in the bed, things like that. It was looked at as lazy or that's just not what a woman does. Um, I, I, I talked to several women like that. Also, it looks like your mind is always scanning what needs to be done next, who needs something, what might go wrong, right? You're that person that's always thinking ahead and, anticipating. Let me go ahead and get lunch ready. Let me go ahead and get the clothes out. Let me go ahead and get, dinner prepared. Things like that. So now, if you single, of course, then you have to always anticipate. But being a mother or wife or caretaker, you probably feel like you need to have a schedule and things have to be the way they have to be in order for um, schedules to go as planned. However, what happens if something goes? What happens if things just don't go that way today? Like, will the earth just shatter if you don't have a schedule? Things like that. So I see a caller in the room. Thank you for joining us. Again, today we are talking about the over responsible woman and what it means to be the person that take care of everything and everyone. Uh, so if you are that person, thank you for joining. Again, we are talking about the over responsible woman today, right? We're talking about something that many women live in but rarely name. Being the one who's always responsible, the only, the one people rely on, the one who shows up, the one who holds everything together, right? But also the one who is overwhelmed. So over responsibility doesn't always start as a problem, right? It all it often starts as competence, right? You're capable, you're dependable, you're reliable. But over time, it turns into carrying more than you were ever meant to carry alone, right? And then it can turn into resentment at some point, because now it's like people just expect you to do it. They don't even ask, they just expect you to do it, right? You can handle it. So, do you feel like you're the one that carry most of the responsibility in your life or relationship? If so, put a one in the. And if so, ah, and if so, where do you feel the most overwhelmed right now? Responsibility. Okay. In any particular area, family, work, wife, mother, all of the above? All of the above. Okay. All right. Makes sense. So, over responsibility is often connected to identity, right? Most people, um, I don't know, it could be related to, which I'm trying to say the right words. Birth order. That's what I was trying to think of. Birth order, right? So usually the oldest is the most responsible, usually. Not always, but usually. So they end up kind of taking the brunt of the responsibility of the family because they're seen as the person that's supposed to set the example. It can also be tied to your identity in ways like people pleasing, right? Not being able to say no, not being able to set boundaries with people, um, especially family, right? Because we taught to respect our elders or respect our parents or and things like that. And so what happens is to us respect means I can't say no. And that's really not what respect means, but that's how we were taught, right? Respect means you don't talk back, you don't say no, things like that, right? So when you're used to being the strong one, it feels uncomfortable to not be in control. So when being needed becomes part of your identity, letting go can feel like losing yourself, right? So when you finally get to a place of I'm tired of this, I don't want to do this anymore, this is not working for me, you feel guilty, shameful, um, and like I said, sometimes even resentful, right? Because it's like, how dare they put all of this on me and nobody thinks to care about me? I often ask caretakers a lot, who do you call when you need help? Who do you call when you need somebody to talk to? So, if you want to come up and talk, please do. That's what this show is really supposed to be a call-in show. So I'm working on a number for you all to call in and ask, talk about your issues, have conversation, have dialogue. Okay. So if you would like to come up, please let me know and let's talk about it. What is going on? What's overwhelming? What's happening? Let's see how we can help you. You don't have to come on camera. You don't have to do anything but just talk. I don't even have to mention your name. Anybody? Okay. Well, if you want to, just let me know. So, how do we shift it, right? Awareness, right? Recognize what you're carrying was never assigned to you. And a lot of times, what we feel other people put on us. Let's just be honest. It's not anything that you really asked for, it's kind of what people put on you. And so, how do you get that off? How do you let that go? And so that's something that you have to work on. And like I said, that's something that you have to do by creating boundaries in your life. And that includes with your parents, your siblings, your spouse, your partner, your kids, right? We teach people how to treat us. And so the way that you're treated is because you've done some things that that people say, okay, well, this is what she does. This is what they like. We're gonna let them do it. And when you don't do it, they don't step up because they're used to you doing it. And it's easier not to do it because guess what? You're probably going to jump in and do it, even if they don't. You're going to eventually do it because you're just like, well, nobody's going to do it, so I'm going to get it. And guess what happens? The cycle repeats itself. It just continues because now you've shown them and you've taught them you're going to do it. And so again, that's where the build up comes with resentment and anger and frustration. And most people don't have the conversation or the maybe the words to verbalize what they need and what they want, right? And so oftentimes people get upset because they feel like they're not being heard or seen, but they haven't communicated properly. Okay, so that's a lot of what happens with and why things don't change. Okay. So again, if you want to come up, just let me know in the chat. Anybody? Otherwise, I'll keep talking. I think they're getting kicked out. You want to come up? Oh, um, let me see if I can unmute you. It's not letting me, huh? Oh, there you go.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh,
How are
okay.
you?
I'm good. I have a question. How do you put boundaries around that? Because everything you're saying, I'm going through right
You
now.
experiencing right now?
Yeah,
Okay, so
I'm in the bitter stage now. So
oh, okay. Can you tell me a little bit about like is it family? I mean, well, is it parents or children or spouse?
it's family, my spouse, my grown boys, and
Ah,
I've carried the load for over 20 something years, and it's all been on me for 20 something years, and now I'm exhausted mentally,
mhm, mhm.
and I'm bitter, I'm angry, and it's really wearing on me, I think.
Okay, so I guess the first thing is, awareness, which you now saying that you don't want to do this no more, right? And boundaries is is starting with no, right? No, I'm not doing it. And they're gonna, they're gonna look at you like you're crazy, and they're gonna try you, and they're going to push the limits because you always have done it. So you're gonna really have to stand your ground. Like, I'm not doing it this time. And be okay with them being angry, be okay with them being confused. Because listen, when people want their way, they're going to start pointing the finger at you. What's wrong with you? Why you tripping? Why you changing? What's going on with you? You feeling okay? Like why you saying no? So being okay with what comes with no, because the more you say it, the more they're gonna understand. But another thing is, have you tried to have a conversation with them?
Yes. But it's a situation where if I don't do it, it's not going to get like, for example, I paid a lot of the mortgage, and my husband's not stepping up. If I stop paying it, we could potentially lose our house. So it's that kind of stuff, you know. And I have to work jobs I don't want to work, and I've been doing it for years, and it just needs to stop.
Okay, so in a situation like that, right, where you know shelter is the issue, of course, that's huge, right, and that's a big one. And I know you've probably had all kind of conversations to the point of, you know what I'm saying, knock down, drag out fights almost. Like you have to help me. Um, and not to get too much in your business on here, but does he work?
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Yep.
do you make more than him?
Yes.
So he because you make more than him, he expects you to pay more?
I think so. Yep. Mhm.
Has that always been a dynamic of your relationship?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So if you say to him, you do understand if something happened to me today, you're gonna be on the street.
Yes.
And what does he say? What's his response?
He doesn't say anything. Yep. He just,
Okay.
he just doesn't say anything. I mean, and then, the next day happens, and he'll say, I know we need to make a change, and then it goes right back into the same thing.
Okay, so on his is he bringing you the whole check home?
Mm-mm. And I mean, I have allowed this to happen because it's 20, you know,
20
and
20 some
so
years. Mhm.
now I'm to the point where I don't want to work the jobs that are making this kind of money anymore. I kind of want to do something else that will not bring in that kind of money because it's so much stress in what I'm doing. So, and I can feel it wearing on my body.
Mhm.
So I know I have to make a change. So,
Okay. Can you downsize? I know you don't want to lose your house. I know when you've been in somewhere for 20, but can you downsize?
um,
And don't get me wrong, I know rent is high or
yeah,
mortgages or whatever is high everywhere. Sometimes it's cheaper to just keep
It's
what you
to the
have.
point we're at a good interest right now. If I downsize, it still will be the same situation.
Okay.
You know, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
It'd just be a smaller house, but the mortgage would be the same, pretty
Okay.
much.
So let me ask you a question then. Do you want to stay married?
Not really, to tell you the truth.
Okay. But you need his income?
No, I don't need it. Mm-mm.
Okay. But you stay married because it's what you do? It's just y'all did this, you've been doing this and this is what y'all do?
Religious reasons.
Okay.
Religious reasons. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Okay. Now that one, that's interesting. Um, oh no, let me think about that one. Okay. And then you
Okay.
said you have a 20-year-old son. Is
Well,
he
he's
at home?
23 and 25. No, they're all on their own, but I still they still, sometimes ask me for help and I give them help.
Oh yeah, okay.
And
Mhm.
I'm trying to stop that now. That's kind of easier to do, just stop that. But the other is the bigger piece of it.
Okay, so let's go back to the husband thing for a minute, because we're gonna pay the mortgage no matter what, because we want the mortgage paid, right? Like we want our house. What other does he contribute in other ways? Utility bills, food, whatever. Is he picking up the slack in those areas?
It's kind of a difficult situation. There's more to the story. It's kind of
Okay,
long,
I
but
got you.
I'm just
I'm
giving
just
you
trying.
kind of the Cliff Note version. You,
Yeah,
I know
I'm
it's
just
hard to
trying to see
make an
how, like,
assessment.
how to make it make sense, how to balance it out, right? If
Yeah.
you're gonna pay this, can he pay that? You know what I'm saying? To kind of take some weight
Yeah.
off of you
Mhm.
and balance it out. Because
And we've been trying to
it's
work on that, but it's to me it's still not working.
okay. Understood. That's a difficult one because it's a house, and it's a marriage, and without all the facts, yeah, it gets a little blurred. Okay, but you also said parents. What do you do for your parents? Like, are you the caretaker?
Oh no, my parent is fine.
Oh, okay.
My mother, she's older, but she can kind of take care of herself.
Mhm.
Um, so she's not so much the problem at this point. I mean, it could come because she's 88, but because she
Mhm.
lives in another state. But as of now, that's not the issue. It's primarily the spouse and my
That's fine.
children. Mhm.
Okay. So yeah. So setting boundaries with your children, let them know like, let's mama love you, and if you're in a real serious situation, of course I will help you, but I am not the ATM, right?
Yeah.
Because you made decisions, with whatever you did with your money, right? Or you just don't have enough money. Like, I get it. It's
Yeah.
it's a it's
Exactly.
expensive out here, but just like I have to go work several jobs, you may have to go work several jobs, right? Yeah. So it's hard. I agree. I'm guilty of that myself. My husband gets on me all the time about the kids, right? Like, and I'm like, I tell them no, and he like, not like you need to. So I understand that. I do. But when it becomes a burden or it becomes a headache and a heartache, then you have to put down some rules, and then like you said, how do you do that? And really the main way to do it is you just have to say no and get through the guilt. But you have to start because otherwise they'll wear you down. They'll wear you out. And then what? What they gonna do without you? Because we're teaching people how to function without us, right? Like if I'm the only person doing everything, what y'all gonna do when I leave? Or if something, God forbid, something happens to me, are you? But you know what? They will. They will function. So yeah, we're talking about the over responsible woman today. And but thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Um, I hope I answered your question as much as I could. Like I said, I couldn't really get into the spouse thing. 'Cause that's a little different, right? Um, and I don't even know. Like I said, it has to be some give and take. It has to be yin and yang with that. It has to be if I'm gonna do this over here, you got to do that over there. Like you got to give me some breathing room. Otherwise, why are we doing this together if I'm gonna do it alone? So, um, and just start. That's really the main thing is just to start. Am I muted? Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, I think it. Okay. So that was people have some dynamics going on, and I get it. I get it. It's a lot of variables as to why people are in the position that they're in. But again, you can't hear me now? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I brought you up on stage. So, did you want to talk?
You brought me up on the stage.
I did. I wanted to make sure y'all could hear me.
Okay.
How you
Um,
doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good.
I'm
I'm
doing
hanging in
good.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Uh, well, now your topic was,
The over
um,
responsible woman.
yeah. I
Do
think
you think?
most women are are responsible for a lot, but I
Yeah.
think on the job, it would be on my job. Yeah, you're
Okay.
responsible because more than one job. Then I'm trying to juggle them. Yes,
Mhm. Mhm. It's a lot.
yeah, juggling jobs, and especially when the job is expecting something out, expecting, for an example, training that just came up while you're trying to get through something, a deadline that's like a big audit at the
Mhm.
same time. So that it's too much.
And then they throw in training at the same time.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
that's not smart, right?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Because a audit is
It's not.
major, and
It is major.
it's so I don't know the word like
The outcome can be, yeah, it's
yeah,
so it's
yeah,
there
it impacts
can be,
everything, right? Yeah.
yeah.
And did
So
you
you
voice
got to, huh?
did you verbalize that?
Yeah.
Did you voice that to them?
Yes, and the issue is that the company has been going through a lot of changes and was, yeah, a lot of changes and
Mm,
downsizing, so putting more responsibility on one person.
mm-hmm. But still,
Mm.
they're not addressing the audit.
Just expecting that audit to get done even through the, you know, through the although they add training.
So let me ask you a question. Do they understand what an audit entails?
Yeah, yeah, they do because they've been doing audits for a while, for a long time, for years. But the thing is, because when companies go through
Mm-hmm.
difficulties, they're trying to find a way out. So they
Mm,
just, they're trying to
mm-hmm.
use their their
Yeah. They're
workers
trying to
to
get the
do more
most
than
out of
what. Yeah, one
yeah.
person.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
They're trying to get the most out of you that they can
right, and that
for the
makes
money.
you want to just stop everything, fight or flight, flight.
Just scream, right?
Yeah,
But
because you
okay,
can.
so you
But I know I addressed it. I addressed it.
okay. And you
Yes.
also understand that you're only one person, right? And no matter what they
Hmm.
want, you can
Right.
only do what you can do. And so you have to remember that. Like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna kill
Mhm.
myself for your business,
Yes.
you know?
Um,
I'm gonna do my job to the best of my ability, but I'm not
right.
gonna
But
kill myself for your business.
because I can only do so much, like you said, one
Mhm.
person. And then for your lack of management, that is really a lack of good management that
Mhm.
has caused this in the first place. Yes.
Mhm.
So
So
now
because
I
you failed to do what you need to do for your business. Now you want
yeah,
me to overcompensate over here for your.
yes,
I'm gonna keep referencing for your business because I'm not
yeah,
getting nothing out of this other than my paycheck that I do
yeah,
my job for, right? And so
right.
that's important. And you reap the
Because I can
benefit.
be gone at any time, or
Hmm.
I can be because it's yours. You can let. Hey, I'm here today, but this is something that you can stop me at any time, and that happens. People
Hmm.
can let. I mean, they
Will let you
they
go,
will
right?
let you go
Hmm.
whenever they decide.
So true.
Hmm.
So
So,
true. So with your family, you good? You don't have these issues?
mm-mm, no.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay.
Well, nothing so bad, right? Nothing, right, that I can think of. This is more
That's
pressing.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Work is more stressing for you.
Hmm. Yeah, and
Hmm.
where I need a vacation.
Okay. Me too. I need one also. It's just March, almost April. We already talking about we need a vacation from this year. So yeah,
Yeah,
I need
but
one also.
the things aren't the same as they used to. You vacation, or we talking about the Christmas break? That's not always a break
No, it's not.
because
It's really not.
you trying to make sure the year ends or starts off with
Hmm.
keeping your necessities, your house, your everything that's keeps you
Yes.
going, your
Right.
livelihood.
Right. Exactly. You're right. It's not a sit
Not the
down
same.
and take a 2 week break just because it's the
Yes, yes.
holidays, right? Things
Mhm.
still have
Like
to
we used to be able to do.
responsibilities still go forward, right? You still got to pay the bills. You still got to think about next week
Mm-hmm.
and all these things. So absolutely, you're right. So you need a real break where you can just disconnect from everything. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely. And not just the go home and visit family. That's what
I
I
know.
I used to think was a break, but I need
Mm-mm. I tell my
what? Say that again.
husband that all the time. He's like, a break?
For some reason, you getting froze. My phone is that my phone freezing? Can
Can
you
you hear
hear me
me?
now?
I can hear
Yeah,
you
but
fine. So it must be me.
I can hear you, but the phone keeps freezing up or something.
Hmm.
Yeah, like,
Well, sorry for
but
the
I can hear
technical
you now,
difficulties.
so it's good right now.
Yeah, I was just saying that I am always saying the same thing. Like, going home is not a break. Like, you do more running around when you go home than you do
Mm-hmm.
at home, right? Trying to
And
see
how did you describe?
everybody.
You need
Mm,
to just get away from everything. What'd you say?
yeah, disconnect.
Yeah,
Totally disconnect.
disconnect.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't do that on vacation. I just want to, like you said, no phone if possible,
Mm-hmm.
other than to take pictures or something, and sleep as long as I want to. I don't want to be on nobody's schedule. I don't
Just
want to be on nobody's
relax.
itinerary. I just I just want to relax. Literally. Just
So how often do you get to do that? Have you done that in a while?
I have not.
Me either.
Trying to think. Have I? Only when I'm sick or something,
Yeah,
right? And you
we
don't
have
have
to
no choice.
force ourselves. Yeah, that's the word. No choice.
You're right. But before this year is over, I'm gonna get me a nice long vacation where I can just kick my feet up and just be like la la la. I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get me one. I think me and my mom are gonna plan something. So
Oh yeah, is she okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Coming to visit?
Huh?
Is she
I
coming
can't
to
hear you.
visit
Breaking
you?
up.
Oh, is your mom coming to visit? Hello. I'm gonna hang up from you.
Gee, can you hear me?
Now I can. How did that happen?
Yeah, it was
Yep.
weird, right? It did what it want to do. But I appreciate you. Oh, I think she's gone. Okay, so all right, let's get back to it. So again, how do you shift it? Awareness, recognize what you're carrying is never assigned to you. Boundaries. Support is not something you earn through exhaustion, right? Redistribution. Responsibility has to be shared, not silently absorbed, right? You can be supportive without responsible for everything and everybody. That is the key right there. You can be supportive without like you have to be the person everybody calls on. That's still supportive. I know it's some technical things going on. Thank you for jumping back on. Um, she something has to change. If it's not her, some things have to change in her life, right? Boundaries, right? Setting boundaries, some kind of boundaries. I don't know in that situation what she can do because I don't know the entire story, but I do know that if they continue at the rate they're going, that's not going to work. It's breaking up. Try something. Think this. Think this. Mother has a. Can you hear? Still cracking. Ah. Well, you know what? We can end earlier. We can go ahead and try to end early tonight. I don't want to keep going on with the technical difficulties. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you're the one that holds everything together, you deserve space too. You don't have to earn rest. You don't have to earn rest. Just take it, right? So I will see you all. Oh, start next week. Going to relationships, right? For the month of April, I'm going to get into relationships. So we'll start new topics next week. Also, I'm working on a phone call in line, like I said, so you can call in if you like. Because again, it's supposed to be a show or a show where you talk to me. I don't do all the talking, but we're working out the kinks. It's week 4, and we're still working out the kinks. But thank you so much for me.